Now let's see the functional areas present within the temporal lobe of the cerebral hemisphere. In this temporal lobe of the cerebral hemisphere, two important functional areas are situated, and these two important areas they are concerned with the auditory system. And this area it is area number 41 and 42, and this area it is the primary auditory area, and this primary auditory area it is located in the superior temporal gyrus only upper part, while it is most of the part of this area it is situated into the superior temporal gyrus. The superior temporal gyrus we can see by putting our finger to lateral sulcus of the cerebral hemisphere and keep the lateral sulcus apart with both the fingers. And when we see the superior aspect of this temporal lobe, we can see the superior temporal gyrus, and that superior temporal gyrus it is called as Hazel's gyrus. This primary auditory area it is mainly responsible for the reception of the sound, the quality of the sound, the pitch of the sound, as well as the loudness of the sound and the source of the sound. All these things will be received by this primary auditory area. This primary auditory area it is connected with the middle geniculate body, which is actually connected with the auditory system, and the representation of the sound which is usually bilateral but mainly from the opposite side, and that's why the injury to the primary auditory area will lead to the a partial loss of the hearing only because of the bilateral presentation of this auditory system. Just below the primary auditory area we find the secondary auditory area, and the secondary auditory area it is the area number 22, and this secondary auditory area it is mainly present on the superior temporal gyrus, and it encircles the primary auditory area. And the secondary auditory area it is concerned with the interpretation of the sound what the primary auditory area received with the previous experience. So we can say this without this secondary auditory area, the person cannot interpret the sound. One example is there when we heard the foreign language what we do not know, we can heard the words what we hear, but we cannot interpret the sound what he or she is telling. So the secondary auditory area it is responsible for the interpretation of the sound what we heard. The primary auditory area will only receive the sound quality, loudness, pitch, source of the sound, etc. While the secondary auditory area it is responsible for the interpretation of the sound what we hear with the past experience. The lesion to the secondary auditory area result in the inability to interpretation of the meaning of the sounds we heard, and the patient may experience word deafness, that is the auditory verbal agnosia. So the injury to the secondary auditory area will lead to the inability to interpret the language what the person heard, and this will lead to the word deafness. So within the temporal lobe, we find the primary auditory area that is 41 and 42, and the secondary auditory area that is 22. Now let's see the functional areas present within the occipital lobe, and within this occipital lobe, the areas they are mainly visual areas, and the visual areas can be divided into primary visual area and secondary visual area, same like that of the auditory areas. And this primary auditory area it is somewhere present here, and this is the area number 17, and this is the primary visual area. It is present on the lateral aspect and the posterior part of the superolateral surface, as well as it is extend above and below the postcalcarine sulcus. This primary visual area it is responsible for reception of the images from the optic radiation, and this primary visual area it is concerned with the color, size, form, motion, illumination, transparency, etc. of the image. And the secondary visual areas they are situated just in front of the area number 17, that is primary visual area, and this secondary visual area, they are area number 18 and area number 19, and this secondary visual area, they are responsible for the interpretation of the image what the person sees with the past experience. We can say the primary auditory area is responsible for only getting the size, texture, color of the image, while from that image with the past experience, the secondary visual area will interpret the image and the person can recognize that particular image. So when the injury to the secondary visual area occur, it will lead to the inability to recognize the object what the person see, and that is called as visual agnosia. So in the occipital lobe, we can see the two important functional areas. These are the primary visual area, area number 17, and the secondary visual area, area number 18 and 19. Now let's see the other areas which are present within the cerebral hemisphere. We have already discussed the taste area, and that is the gustatory area, that is area number 43, and this gustatory area, it is present somewhere here at the lower part of the post-central gyrus, and this is the area number 43, that is the gustatory area, and which is responsible for getting the taste sensation from the VPM nucleus of the thalamus, which is ultimately connected with the tractus solitarius nucleus of the brainstem. One more area is present within the medial surface of the cerebral hemisphere, and that is concerned with the olfactory area, and this olfactory area, it is situated in the anterior part of this parahippocampal gyrus, and this is the area number 28, and this area, it is responsible for the sense of olfaction. So here we can see the with the other functional areas within the cerebral hemisphere, we find the mainly the taste area, and that is the gustatory area, and that is the area number 43, and one more area is important, that is the olfactory area, and this olfactory area, it is the area number 28. So many other functional areas are also present within the cerebral cortex, but these areas are important to understand. These areas are very important, and that's why we learn only these areas while we skip the other areas. So this is all about the functional areas of the cerebral cortex. Hope you understand well. Thanks for watching.